go.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
All right, well, hello, everybody. Isaac Rosenthal, joined as always by Iñaki Gonzalo. Great Lane United game on tap tonight. The Reds hosting the Timbers U23s, and if you look at those standings, it's going to be a pivotal game for Lane United tonight. We'll talk about this one a little bit in just a bit, but let's take one step back, talk about what the Reds did last weekend. 2 ties in Calgary, and that's a Calgary team that plays really tough at home.
Yeah, it's a good result once you are on a trip in order to get back with confidence. Now that said, again, it's time to get wins at home, but also on the road. I think we mentioned at the beginning of the season how important it is to get 3 points on the road. And so far, the only 2 teams that have been able to do that, Calgary Foothills and Seattle Sounders, are the two teams on the top.
Yep.
So once you come back here, you got confidence, but also you got some urgency to get the win because it's much needed win. So it was a good performance, but in terms of results, you need that you are going to make it worthy with the win here at home.
And the Reds have been doing nothing but winning at home this year, nothing but scoring too. Friendly wins of 4-0, 4-0, and 5-0, but even in the league games, they've played at home a 4-1 win and a 3-1 win. What's been the key for Lane United at home to score all those goals?
Well, they have scored goals very early in the game, right? And so not only those goals have given to them the confidence to move forward in the game. And the easy thing to sum up this is that this year, Lane United has a lot of weapons. Now today, Lane is going to miss one of them, and it's Jordan Jones. Jones is not with the team, so how is going to work out today? How is going to work out the couple between Nick Moon and Anthony McKeowney? Is going to Lane United be able to figure out other ways to attack? I don't think it's a big issue because Nick Moon is as sweet and as in a good form as Jordan Jones has been, but it's something that we are going to see in the first 20 minutes of the game. And then I think you are going to ask me soon about Timbers because I think that's the other part of the equation. Timbers also played in the weekend in Calgary and they got 4 points. And not only that, I saw their performance and they played great. So it's time to see if Timbers can come to a place where Lane United feels very comfortable this season and who is going to impose their game. Because both teams want to keep the ball. Who is going to impose the game towards the other team is going to be key. It's going to be critical in order for them to score and to open up the game.
Well, let's take a look at who's going to be doing the playing for each team. We'll start the starting lineups first for the visitors, and we don't know exactly their position, so we'll just go down the list as it was filled out here. Jordan Farr is going to be in goal, and then starting from the back, Nico de Vera, Nate Schultz, wait for this name, Wouter Verstraeten, Zeron Sewell, Andres Ochoa, Josh Nooncaster, Christo Michelson, Francesco Ambrosino, Timur Zidve, and Willie Spur. What do we have to look forward to in those 11 names?
What is more important for Timbers, more than the names, honestly, is the group. The way they attack, we are going to see a lot of switch of positions between the midfield and the supposed to be forwards. They don't really have a static 9 forward. They play with false 9 or false whatever. They change position a lot. Now, in order to score 2 names, Amorosino and Sibice are usually the ones taking more shots and scoring more. But it's a very active and dynamic attacking force the way Timbers play. So I am really excited to see if they are able to do it here as well.
And then for Lane United, going to be a pretty recognizable 11, but there are some differences that we'll talk about. Mireas in goal, then Akeem Ward, Mitch LeGros, John Stadler, Chubb Fertall, Reedstrand, Dotson, Mireas, Binder, Moon, and Macchione will break for the anthem. Let's revisit that Lane United lineup. We kind of had to rush through that, didn't we? So Mireas in goal, Akeem Ward, Mitch LeGros, John Stadler, Casey Chubvertal, the back line. Then in the midfield, Joel Riedstrand makes his first appearance of the year, Lane United player last year as well. Hassani Dotson, Jaime Mireles, Matthias Binder, Nick Moon, and Anthony Macchioni. So what's leaping out to you about the 11 from John Gallis?
Of course, the first thing what you mentioned, the inclusion of Joel Riedstrand, a top player in the NCAA, also coming from Creighton, returning player. He knows most of his teammates. He's a leader. He's a talented leader. Now, sometimes with talented players, you don't know if they are going to show their A game or it's going to be a game in which they are not ready yet. So I think the way Joel is, he's super motivated. So I think he's going to have an impact in the game. Then, because Jordan Jones is not playing, I hope we see more from Akeem Ward, for example. I hope we see a little bit more of combination that allow the fullbacks to go up top, like it happened against Sounders. And we see more of Akeem. I am waiting for seeing more of Akeem in moving forward. But also on Timbers is, we didn't mention, we focus on the combinations in the midfield forward, two names who score goals. Wait, the two fullbacks are coming from Akron University, so I'm sure Caleb Porter has something to do with this. And they are two great players. Nico Di Vera, number 40, he's going to be professional player very soon. And on the right flank is number 37, Schultz, Nate Schultz. He's also a force. So there are so many pieces that we have to look forward today. And that's why we are in front of a great game.
Yeah, it should be a great game. Great rivalry that's been building between these two Willamette Valley foes the last couple of seasons. This year, one game already between these two teams. That was in Salem. They'll actually be in Salem again on Saturday. The previous game was a 2-2 draw, and it was a game that Lane United led 1-0, and they led it 2-1, and they gave up the second goal in around the 79, 80, 84th minute mark, something around there. So chances certainly to have won in Salem. They're going to feel confident at home in front of this crowd where they've been so prolific offensively, but it's a tough one. The Timbers, also a team that have scored 13 goals in league play, along with Lane United, which is tied for the group, but a little bit better defensive record from the Timbers this year. And so it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, and I think it's important. This is just the second game, but it's important maybe we start seeing something today, surely something on Saturday. You start just getting used to some of the players you are facing, and it's going to be, I don't know if more chippy or there is going to go something in between the lines, in between two players and between two teams. Also because they are fighting for the same exact thing. So I think today we are going to see something of that, and surely on Saturday even much more.
We are just about set to get underway here.
Were we ahead of time?
We are on PDL standard time, which is sometimes early, sometimes late, sometimes exactly on time. Runs by the same clock that the
so are not the sponsors?
Are
not the sponsors calling for the starting of the game? Okay, let's see how it starts the game. These first 5-10 minutes to see their approach. Who wants to dictate the game? I'm looking forward to see that.
And Reds will play towards Akeem Ward. Moving in for Macchioni on the sideline. Hassani Dotson with a touchback for Ward, who's going the opposite direction from goal, but sometimes you just got to play the way you're facing. That'll be taken away by the Timbers in the midfield, but Riedstrand gets it right back for Lane United. Very early going here. First touch from Casey Chubvertal, and now a chance for the Reds to combine. It's Mireas after the touch from Moon now back, and Red still with it, out to Chubb for Tall. Back to Nick Moon. Moon centrally toward Binder, but it was between Binder and Dotson, and it's going to be collected by Portland. Moonkester on the ball to Schultz. Schultz will play it back to the opposite center back of Noonkester and gets it right back. Again, former Lane United product.
Look where is it, Nico Di Vera, which is the fullback. It's super high. Schultz is doing exactly the same thing here on the right flank. Those are two pivotal players for the system. And just stay in between the two center backs. He's going to do that a lot, allowing the two fullbacks going forward.
Trying to work it through the midfield where the Timbers before it's taken away, and they get it right back, and they'll just start rhythmically and methodically from their own back line. Schultz now back to and Ward with a touch in the midfield, just intercepted it but knocked it right back to the Timbers. And here comes Portland. There's exactly what you talked about. Schultz moving high up the pitch, creating problems, and that ball bouncing around the box could create more.
Oof.
Could save Reyes, but there's a rebound and
Oof, oof, oof.
fired too high.
Many things to talk about, but yes, the first thing is that it's just feeling more comfortable Timbers with the possession. So we were talking about Joel Rydstrand, where he was going to play, how he was going to impact the game. He has been put right in the middle, where Matt Coffey was playing. So he has to be the one just leading because of his position. And he has been only working like a week or so with Jaime Miralles. It just takes also a little bit of time to get used to Hassani Dodson. He didn't play with him before. And instead, Timbers is already rolling. They are playing the same way they play in Canada last weekend. And we already saw Nate Schultz going forward. We saw number 39, easy to identify with his hair. He moves forward a lot. He goes to the box even more than number 47. He's always occupying the spaces when it comes to the box. And then Civice is the one who usually scores. And guess what? We have Simo Miralles. We didn't talk about the goalkeepers. And I think Lane United keeps having an advantage. And that was a great save by Simo.
Out of play there on the goal kick, so Schultz will get it right back in. And good job from Hassani Dotson to take that away. Now Rydstrand creates a bit of space for himself, gets it to Binder. They'll have a good combination. And now back for Ward. Rydstrand again to Miralles. Chubb for Tall, now knocked forward by Rydstrand. Right back to Rydstrand, now Nick Moon. All the way on the wing, Moon. Edge of the box. Still with it is Nick Moon, and he'll play it back now for Chubb for Tall. Reds want to be smart. And they'll take their time as they go back to Stadler and then Legros.
And the thing is that today possession is very important because it's hot. And you don't want to be chasing the game too much time.
Good move there from Hakeem Ward. Now knocked in toward the box by Binder. Good combination earlier on the run, Ward overlapping.
Yeah. And again, that's why it's not only important because it's the way they are comfortable of playing both teams, but also because you dictate the game, and mentally and physically you are getting something, and you can have the other team wearing down after many minutes just chasing the ball and not getting any taste of the ball. So it's going to be critical today, the possession.
Zool, long ball forward there, and will take a Timber bounce.
Oof.
The edge of the box, good pass and deflected. Throw in for Portland. Nico de Vera. Macchioni touched that one away. Now Matthias Binder on the ball, turns around.
Okay. So right there, when Matthias Binder recovered the ball, I think right there we had the difference today. In previous games, we had Nick Moon and Jordan Jones already running, giving two options. Today, Nick Moon was on the other flank. He was too far away, and Macchioni is not the player that is going to make those runs. So Lane United is going to have to cook much more the play today. I don't think it's bad for them, but it gets a little bit to get used to, okay, today is going to take just more time. We have to do it just together.
And there's Mireles with the run. Macchioni chasing it down. He'll get there first, but has to go to the corner. And has a tough time getting it to Mireles.
But again, yeah, he made the right run. But right there, he's not continuing the run towards the box. He's just waiting for having some more help. So I think it's going to be critical how much Casey Chaffertal and Akeem Ward are able to move forward and be part of the attacking phase of the game for Lane.
Just past the 7th minute mark here. Critical Northwest Division match. Second one of the season between the Oregon foes. Portland pressing now.
Oh my God.
Dancing through the forest. And that's not supposed to be that easy. No harm, no foul in the long run.
And you're right. Hassani Dodson was just too much looking instead of just chasing or just any other one. But it was too easy for Nico de Vera. And it's kind of the second time he goes and nobody really picked him. So we'll see.
Moon trying to recover that one for Chubb.
This is good. Casey has to go forward.
Macchione and now Chubb for Tall.
Yes. And now moving right to the right flank a little bit quicker. But yeah, they have to cook it the game and the play much more today.
Reedstrand was able to switch the play there for Ward.
Yes.
And now Dotson.
It's time to switch. That's good. And
Reedstrand pokes it forward for Binder. Right back to Reedstrand. Now a long ball played towards Chubb for Tall. Had to be cleared away by the Timbers. Can they get to it? They will, but only very
right
briefly.
There we got an example, right, of what we are talking about. So, yeah, more of that.
The more Lane United can push wide, historically it's been a good thing. It was Ward and Tyrone last year. Chubb Fertal has been great in that role this year, and he's played that role at other times for this team before this season as well. Not Casey Chubb Fertal's rodeo with Lane United.
Oh, no. Yeah. And the other thing, kind of John Gallas and the coaching staff is carrying over from the last weekend in Calgary is that Nick Moon is playing on the left. He's not occupying just a forward position, a classical forward position. He's just more an attacking mid on the left flank, and he worked it in Calgary. But we'll see how it works today, because I will not be surprised if he eventually moves more centrally to help Macchioni.
He was able to win the throw there. And then Mireles just plays back to Stadler now. Reedstrand again, that sort of pivot point for Lane United in the middle of midfield.
Hassani hasn't imposed himself in the game yet. It's kind of lost, not getting touches, not getting his assignment defensively. He has been playing excellent for Lane, so hopefully he kind of wakes up and get his role in the game as soon as possible.
Here's Portland now through Schultz and then back to Ochoa. Ochoa playing wide. And Reedstrand does a momentary good job there, but Portland's still able to build, and now here's a dangerous one, and Reyes dives on top of that one and collects it.
Yeah.
Dangerous moments.
Yeah. One way to attack Timbers, so they got a kind of free movement sometimes up top. From the midfield up top, they kind of just interchange position. So one way to attack them is getting them punished on transition very quickly. Once a couple of players leave their position, you have to occupy that space. And I think Lane, I mean, the other way is just cooking the play, but in some aspect, you have to go just vertical and getting advantage of key players just leaving their positions just open. Like Nico De Vera is moving forward, you have to attack him back.
Another long ball for Moon, and Mireles will head that one almost out of the facility. Portland again up a crowded wing, and that's the Reds throw. Up for Tall gets us back underway. 12th minute, still no score. There have been some nervous moments, though, in the Land United penalty area, but not nervous for Simo Mireles.
Again, De Vera, too easy. Oh, my.
Shot from outside the box and up and over the goal.
I don't want to repeat myself, but Nico De Vera is just completely overplaying dot zone and just everyone on that right flank. And then Amorosino, he doesn't need too much time. He's like something in between Nick Moon and Jordan Jones. He gets a couple of seconds and he's gonna shoot. And he's a force on that. So we'll see.
Schultz with Moon chasing him, and Schultz just dribbled right out of play. So Nick Moon will take the throw-in, or maybe Casey Chubb for Tall will.
I don't know why he's wanting to take that that throw-in. I have no idea.
Chubb for Tall does in from Mireles. And out of play, another Reds throw. All the way back from Dotson to Stadler. Now Reedstrand.
Akeem is already seated there. They have to use him. Oh.
LeGros had that one go off of a Timber shirt. 14th minute throw in their own half from Lane United. And it's going to be Akeem Ward to take it. And for Binder.
Move forward, John. Yes.
Stadler does press forward, and the pass not there. A chance for the Timbers in transition.
Nice
job from Stadler. Noonkester, and now they try to go for De Vera again. He's been great on the ball tonight. And he makes another great arcing run.
Oh.
Now they play it to the center, and it's a good job. You get stuck watching the danger man, or the guy that's been the danger man today. And it nearly comes for Christo Michelson.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I want to wait a little bit more to see if Lane reverts something in this minute before we kind of summarize these 15 first minutes of the game. But yeah, so far Timbers is doing what they have been doing in the last weekend. They with the same weapons and skills we were waiting. The movement, the free going in attack by the two fullbacks. And then Mika Olsson is being on the receiving end. So that's the guy that you actually have to mark. It's not so much number 47, Spoor, but it's the number 39. And so I think Lane so far hasn't played the game the way they want it. And it's nice that it's still 0-0, but soccer usually is a consequence of the way you play. So it has to be better by Lane United.
Macchioni for Dotson. Now back to Binder. And Reedstrand. Mireles. Mireles with a nifty dribble, but has to go back for Akeem Ward. Reyes again gets it back to Ward. And now Dotson ran into Michelson and ball goes into touch.
Michelson from Gonzaga University, if I am not wrong. A lot of players from the West Coast playing for Timbers. It's another very interesting change in the way they have shaped up their roster. I don't know if I will have time or it would be appropriate, but I would like to know more about how they compose the roster, because it's very different to previous years by Timbers.
There's a poor tackle in midfield, and it's going to earn a free kick.
Miralles already asking. Okay, you know, Timbers have been imposing their game, but a sweet ball can become the first goal by the Reds.
A little bit out of shooting distance.
Yeah, but the
more than
cross.
likely, but very dangerous position still.
Well,
Bender into the box and headed away Portland. Good height on that header though. And now wide Portland in transition. Could be dangerous 3-on-2 if they really hurry. Reedstrand diving in to get a foot on that one, and then he'll chase it down as well. Came to play today, number 15.
Yeah, that's going to be commented in the locker room between Akeem Ward and Rystrom. Good friends, they are going to talk about that play where Rystrom help each other, help his friend.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And that was deflected out off of the Timbers, so it's the Reds' throw. Referee sure of it. Reyes for Moon. And now again, Macchione keeps it alive. Has to look back for Reyes. Reyes, good touch to go back then forwards, and he's pulled down again. Second time he's drawn the foul in the last minute or so.
Yeah, it's a good call. He was trying to get Miralles hurt.
So Chubb for Tall and Miralles will just exchange that one quickly on the restart.
Now
Reedstrand, Dotson to Akeem Ward. Back for Hassani Dotson. Edge of the box. Dotson's cross in. Deflected and goal kick.
19 minutes. We need much more playing from the flanks. It's an issue already to me. Everything is in the middle. We don't have enough from the fullbacks, and Dotson is not really helping on the right flank. So if you are gonna put more numbers on the left, it has to be more coordinated. So they produce more chances from the left flank. But so far the flanks are not utilized enough by the Reds.
Macchione pressing the back line there, but wasn't able to get in front of that one. Dotson got a touch to it, but bounces right back for De Vera. He's just been a pest for Lane United.
But they know it's nothing new. It's like everyone knows in PDL, in NCAA, De Vera is one of the best fullbacks, and our friend Graham, he knows as well. So he's just a great player. So this is nothing new, and so it's an issue when you get punished by just one player, which is the fullback, and it's not just Let's keep going with this play.
Yeah, Chubb for Tall intercepts that one. Starts a counter. Macchione back to Casey Chubb for Tall. Now Reyes back for Casey and poked away, but it'll go to Akeem Ward. Now Dotson and Bender. For Ward, but he wasn't there. Legros able to slide in. Salvages that play for Lane United. Back to Bender, and now Reedstrand. Long, wide ball for Nick Moon.
That's a good ball.
Glued to that sideline.
Exactly.
Now Moon into the box, and Miralles cut through again. They'll say that was on Miralles. He looked less than thrilled with the decision.
Yeah, but you know, if you are gonna have Nick Moon kind of on the flank, you have to use him, and it might be definitely better if you use him in a 1v1 situation. So that was a great switch by Rystran, and trying to utilize that 1v1 because he's a force in there, and it's not gonna be easy for anyone if it's just a 1v1. So that has to be used more for the Reds.
And Portland again, just confidently playing at the back. Now they look forward to build. Another good slide in from Lane United. That time it's Dotson. Ball played to Matthias Binder's feet. Binder draws some bodies around him, then goes back for Akeem Ward and all the way back to Mitch LeGros. That is a noticeable handball there. Credit for trying.
But it's a sign of constant miscommunication between Joel and other players in the midfield. It's just too many passes that are not supposed to be difficult. They don't get they don't go to the receiving end, and it's just Reds are not feeling comfortable right now. Something has to change.
Here is Portland. Right to the middle, and another dangerous one for Amorosino. Doesn't need a lot of time and wouldn't have had it there, but one of those plays where one good solid touch on the ball and it's in the back of the net. Credit to Mireles to coming out there. Credit to Akeem Ward on those dribbles. And throw in coming for the Reds. Discussion with the referee. Did you see what happened there?
No. I'm sure one hand or something just went too far away, or maybe someone said something and the ref heard it and is trying to make peace. Let's see this 1v1 again.
Good job from Moon. Heads that ball down for himself. Now he'll turn around, go to the corner. Reedstrand. Falls back for Chubb for Tall. Back to Matthias Binder. Now to Akeem Ward, using both wings on this attack is Lane United. Ward for Dotson. Now Chubb for Tall. Moon wide, and he does play it to Nick Moon into the box. Moon goes 1v1, and shot came through deflected. Portland trying to clear. Reds may keep this attack going. Too far away from Nick Moon, and Portland now able to regroup.
And their goalie, it's fearless. He plays as a field player, and he is a field player. And yeah, so he's gonna do more of those things throughout the game. It means many things, but one of them is that the coach has a lot of confidence in him. And if I am not wrong, he plays for the coach in Corban University, but I might be in a mistake with that one. In any case, before we saw that Joel recognized one advantage for Lane United, right? If I switch play quickly to the left and we have a 1v1 situation with Nick Moon, something is gonna happen. And they start the play from there. They move all the way to the right flank, then back to the left flank, and they got a chance. So that's something that Red has already recognized and that they are going to use more.
And now it's Portland going from one side to the other. And attacking on that far side, knocked out a play by the Reds, throw in coming. You are, in fact, correct on the Portland roster as far as at a Corban University.
There are key players for Coach Luis who play with him during the NAIA tournament. The goalie, okay, let's see this play.
Reds had a chance to poke that one away, but didn't take a favorable bounce. Now Portland on the attack. Noonkester to Ochoa.
Yeah, now it's time to attack.
Poked away. Now what can the Reds do on the counter? Given away there.
Those are key chances because Timbers commit a lot of players in attack. Timbers play a very interesting system, especially attacking-wise. But they leave spaces behind them. So you have to punish Timbers on the counter-attack. I think is one of the recipes for today's game.
Matthias Binder trying to pressure that ball, could have started a counter-attack. Instead, just deflected back to far.
So, of course, there are different ways to attack Timbers, but one of the ways is with pace. And today we don't have, let's see, 2v1s here. Good, Casey.
It's jump for tall in defense, and Francisco Amorosino was in attack there. Now Ochoa in the midfield for Portland. Towards Amorosino again. Swung in and swung wide, but De Vera gets to it. Hakeem Ward doing a good job there to win the ball, but now he's got to get it away from Nico De Vera.
In 4 or 5 years, we are going to see on Twitter or whatever pics of Nico De Vera and Hakeem Ward. The days in which they were playing PDL, and at that time they will be already professionals. Those are two very interesting players to watch.
Reyes trying to spin on through the Portland midfield there. Couldn't keep it, but Hassani Dotson does win it back for Lane United. Now Makion.
Attack, go Akeem.
Dotson again, and
it's two back,
Hakeem. It back for Akeem and Bender. The Grow to Stadler. 28th minute.
Nice pressure by Mikkelson.
Fell down at the end of it, but did enough to force Stadler to turn around and play it back to Mireles. Now the Reds building it again. Long ball tried to play for Makion, intercepted. Headed down, Bender, and...
Oy, 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 uy, 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 uy.
Something extra on that one, Iñaki?
Yes, after, like Ochoa kick Matias when he was on the field, on the ground, and Matias then kicked him back. So I'm sure the assistant has seen that. I think, yeah, it's going to be a yellow for Matias, I think. If, or maybe he's just going to talk. Oh, no.
The book is out.
Yep. And I think, a ver. For both, maybe for both. Oh, no, just for Matias. I think it's fine for the Reds. Just calm down, Matias. Let's play soccer. Let's go. It was not nice what Ochoa did, so Ochoa could have been also booked, but the response by Binder, that was dangerous.
Well, it's...
And probably Gallas now is telling, hey, number 54 did something as well.
It's kind of the old cliche in sports. It tends to be the retaliation that gets noticed.
Yeah. But oof.
Mireles, and right back from Mireles. It's still Jaime Mireles, and now he'll find Dotson.
The persistence of Mireles. He never give up.
Oh, Reedstrand had a chance to find Ward.
Now we have Hakeem Ward and Casey. Let's go. Yes.
Now Binder will get it. Throw in, and the Reds again with it. Touching 30 minutes.
Yeah. Last 15 minutes of the first half. Let's see if Lane put together just one sequence of 3-4 passes. Then they feel good about themselves and they change a little bit the momentum, because so far it's not been that good for the Reds.
He tried to play that wide for Chubb Fertal and wasn't even close to him. It's the space they want to find guys in. Just not there. Ochoa for De Vera.
Cibitze, number 55, another player for Coach Luis at Corban University. And that's another proof that you can play at this level and being really productive, coming from different places, not just Division One, but if you play soccer, we always say that to our boys and kids that we coach. If you play good soccer, you're going to have a space, you're going to have a place in any soccer league. It's just a matter of time. And he's good for Timbers. He's scoring goals, and is a proof of just keeping your hopes and keep playing soccer until a coach gives you confidence to show your abilities.
On the red side of that, the last couple of years, we've seen Daley Stevens on the roster.
Completely on point for me.
A club player for the University of Oregon men's team.
Yep.
And he was a contributor for Lane United for several seasons.
Mm-hmm. And I miss him here.
Misa, you didn't have a chance to see the last friendly with us, but I thought Jacob Thielke played a very kind of similar role in another local product.
Yeah.
Great 90 minutes out of Thielke in that friendly.
Mm-hmm.
That is, it's across this league. That's sort of the point. Get a chance to get those minutes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think in Norwest Division this year, that's why I was talking about the roster. I think Timbers is doing something a little bit different than other teams, and I like that. Just getting players from different places. You feel they can play within your system, they can get better, they are coachable, and I think that's so good. And also for players who comes from Division 1, because you feel more challenged as well. It's an interesting thing, and I think it's really productive.
Hey, Schultz playing himself into touch there.
The point is that you cannot get anywhere and say, hey, I come from Real Madrid's academy, or I come from. No, you have to show it on the ground, and that's where every one of us is just the same. Just prove it. And for example, I mean, it's a little bit different, but Nick Moon, he didn't have a great year, for University of Wisconsin, and he's been sensational. I'm sure, and I kind of know that there are teams already looking at him. So you can come here and just impose yourself to other players that might have a better curriculum because you are just playing that good. And indeed, that's also the one of the key things for this league to keep growing.
Good job there from Stadler, gets in the way of that throw-in. And Matthias Binder for Hassani Dotson now as the Reds try to establish some possession of their own. We've talked about it, just can they get one solid sequence, build a little bit of confidence going into the room. They've got about 11 minutes, and then anybody's guess how much stoppage time before we get to that point.
But the other thing is that now is definitely, so we are commenting the game, but now it's time. Let's see what happens here. Now it's time for the coaches. You start thinking, you look to the other coach and you start thinking, okay, what we are going to do for the second half. So you want to get something that feels like secure moving forward in the second half as well. It's just sporadic, but this is soccer.
Well, one set piece can change everything in a game.
Absolutely.
It hasn't really been the Reds' night, but this is a very dangerous space.
And it's gonna be. So it's always been the same discussion. Matias been there, Jaime Miralles from day one. Matias scored one goal, so Jaime is saying, okay, it's your turn. You own it, this one. He's gonna shoot it.
Binder's goal was on the opposite side, but it was about this distance.
Where is he gonna shoot? Near post, far post? Oof, I will go far post because the goal is cheating. And he's going far.
Shoots
Okay,
and
okay.
puts it on frame. Has to be pulled out of the sky by Jordan Farr.
Let's see if, Miralles, okay, I don't think many things are working on the midfield for Lane, but Miralles, just by his persistence, his tenacity, he's just getting something, just fouls or just having the troops moving forward. So let's see if another player can do that as well, and just getting again the spark that Lane United needs in these last 10 minutes. Then you get a little bit the crowd on it, and you feel more comfortable and getting the opposite team just the opposite. And that's what it takes in soccer. Just one play and everything kind of changes.
Michelson forward towards Amarosino and has to be cleared by the Reds. And it's a brief slip there on the concrete. That could have been ugly from Sewell, but he's all right. Caught his balance and
yeah, we see again just Nuncaster just sitting in between the center backs, allowing. Well, now Mikaelson is on the right flank, and this is pure Timbers play. Everyone switching positions and moving forward, trying to create something. And there is Nate Schultz, the fullback, right on the box, the highest player on the field for the Timbers. It's an exciting kind of thing to watch and to see how it works out for Timbers. It's really interesting for whoever is watching the game as well.
Here's a Timbers flavored set piece. Corner kick coming. Looks like they may play short. Now drifting away and played right in.
Go, Nick. Go, Nick.
Nick Moon.
Go, Nick.
Looking at the pitch. Now he'll slam on the brakes. Reedstrand.
Yes.
Good move from Joel Reedstrand into the box. Another good move, and now a shot dipping, but never dipping enough.
Yeah, I'm glad Joel did that. It's not something he is in his comfort zone, like going forward, just making a run, one big one, but you have to do those things in games in order for the spark to happen. And it was not the best shoot, but it's just some excitement for your team. Oof.
Given away there, and that's in.
An attack,
knocked it back for
try
the
to
draw.
get that ball back, and yeah. We'll see. And we saw also how the people react, for that excitement. It's just people is waiting, right, for those moments to come.
And now the back of the Timbers. And is that Michelson drifting all the way to the opposite side? So
No, that's a very difficult ball. No.
if only you'd been telling us all game that the Timbers move around positionally.
Yeah. And also, at a certain point, number 31 gets tired, Mikaelson gets tired, so it's time for another one. Because, going all the way to the box, then going back to your midfield position, it just gets your legs tired.
Accioni pressing the center back there, Sewell. Now wide towards Schultz, but Chubb Fertal chests it down, but then plays it into touch, and Schultz with the restart for Portland.
Uy.
Amarosino
Uy,
across
uy,
the
uy.
box, chested down. And boy, Portland might feel like they should
Knocking
be
on
up
the door.
1-0.
Knocking on the door.
Knocking aggressively on the door there.
Sibice had so much time there, he thought, and then you think too much.
Don't think, just do.
Yeah. I mean, he can score with the left, with the right, and he was just taking so much time. And when you do that, you're just not taking the best decision. It's very good for Lane United, for sure. It's the worst moment of the game to receive a goal.
Last 5 minutes of regular time in the first half, and then some stoppage time.
Some stoppage time?
That's about the best we can do.
I don't think, I mean, how many fouls we have? Like 4, 5? But yeah, it might happen. It might happen. I mean, I am up for as much stoppage time as the ref wants. More time, more play time, better for me at least.
Amaracino to Schultz. And cross there started to curl toward the net, made Mireas a bit nervous, but I think he would have always been there.
At the same time, Schultz had more time to put a better cross in there. He took it with his laces, I don't know, because of the wind or something. Maybe the ball got away a little bit, but it didn't make sense touching the ball with your laces there.
Macchioni knocks it down for Ward, now Mireas.
Move it to the other side, Jaime. Yes. Yes, to the
Bender,
other side. Let's go,
Ward, and now
Casey.
Wheatstrand.
Let's go here.
Wheatstrand with a
Yes.
chance to spring Chubb for Tall and does.
Go to the box, Nick.
Chubb for Tall for Nick Moon. Moon into the box. And lost the ball there. One will go all the way for Mireas, and now it's Mireas looking like the outfield player. Just putting the boot through it.
Uy, uy, uy. Look, Nico De Vera. Uy, uy, uy.
De Vera, corner of the box. Ward on it.
That's it.
Mireas knocking it forward. Go ahead.
That was a waste opportunity. It was Civice. I was mentioning that De Vera was making the run, but Civice never made the right pass. And it's already the second, third time. I think Coach Luis is going to tell Civice, play it simple. Play it simple, please.
Amaracino towards Civice and cleared away. Dotson now towards Macchione.
On the other side, it's been more of the same for Hassani Dotson, completely outplay on that left flank of the Timbers, right flank of the Reds.
Stadler for Binder. And now back for Ward.
Yeah, he has a space. Okay.
Hassani Dotson couldn't get through the wall.
Oof, good defending by
Wheatstrand on top of it. Now Ward.
Great.
Ward with a nice dribble. Keeping it and then losing it was Akeem Ward.
Okay, a couple of two good interceptions by number 53, Verstrappen, I think, the Dutch defender by Timbers.
Moon tried to take that one with him, but he was behind him just a little bit too much. Now Mireas will play that one for Chubb for Tall. Last 2 minutes, we've seen Mireas out of his box. A little
Third
bit more than we're
interception
used
by
to.
number 53, Verstrappen. He's going to the box.
And right in, but offside flag comes up.
Okay, so very fortunate for Lane United. Not the best decisions taken by Civice in any of these counterattack. We'll see if this is how the game goes to the half. It's only good for Lane. And hopefully they will come back in a better shape for second half, because Timbers have already forgiven a little bit to the Reds. So we are already on a stoppage time.
And here we go.
I guess it's
Hasn't
1
been-
minute.
Hasn't been much, but
No.
Mireas for Moon. Moon bumped, but no foul. Back to Binder.
Okay, this is looking good.
Binder for Akeem Ward. Last attack of the half. Makion to the box and collected by Farr.
What's the matter with you guys?
And there's the whistle for the end of the first half. So 0-0 at the half. There have been certainly chances for Portland, although haven't done the best job in their final decision making. And for Lane United, they've been struggling to really create offense. What are some things that you think are going to be said in each locker room at the half?
Of course, you have to say more intensity. I don't know if coming back to the game plan, impose your game, etc. But it's going to take more. It's going to take more. I think that you are going to have to make a couple of you're going to have to take a couple of decisions. I think the flanks are not being utilized at all by Lane. And today, as we mentioned before, without Jordan Jones, the flanks are critical. So I would say more pace by Brandon Zambrano would be nice. More pace by Matt Coffey would be nice. So I would say that changing men's today, making some substitution will help Lane United. And on the other hand, I am not surprised by Timbers. This is a team that looked very good in the last weekend. This is a team that, talking with other people, we were okay. They are seed third, I think, on the division, but the way they play, they look better than just the third place on the division. So it's a great challenge. But again, Lane United has to change something, has to switch something. Something has to do with personnel. And another thing always has to do with your mentality. Just being more aggressive, taking more risk. This is a game of taking risk and then you get something. The 0-0 is just useless, I think, moving forward for the standings. So hopefully we'll see both teams getting a little bit more, exposing themselves a little bit more, especially Lane, and that will mean having more goals or having some goals at least.
Alrighty, well, while those teams think about how they're going to get those goals in the second half, we are going to take a quick break, but don't you go anywhere.
select your t-shirt, hoodie, hats, and more. It has something to every AUSC band style.
Everything I've noticed is my eyes get dry here. Kind of making my eyes very dry, but think about it. He must be cooked alive inside that suit.
Jim
Guy talks about the Rosenthal. It's growing up in school. But it's non-fiction. It's like with Brian's house. Ask him. There's the fellow with the big Arsenal. No, really? And a big Arsenal flag, yeah. I forgot to ask him.
Flies outside his house?
Yes.
For the second half, just in time. Isaac Rosenthal joined by Iñaki Gonzalo. First half looked one way, that's over, that's the past, and time for the second half, starting scoreless, and we see one change you noticed right away for the Timbers.
Yeah, number 46, Benji Michel, is having his first minutes with Timbers U23, and he is impressive. I'm not gonna go over too much. Hopefully he shows a little bit of what he's able to do. I will only mention that he was the most prolific scorer for the University of Portland, and one of the main reasons why that program was so good last fall season. Not only him, also Gio Magaña, number 30, is on the field, another UP product. And number 35, Dal Molin, it's also on the field. So we have 3 subs by Timbers U23. We can go soon with the way they are situated on the field, but those 3 are 3 important plays for them. As mentioned, for Benji Michel is the first minute as a player for this team, so maybe he's a little out of place, but he is a force. So Akeem Ward, after fighting with Nico De Vera, now has to face Nico De Vera and Benji Michel. Just watch. This is just for the big ones to enjoy. Meanwhile, on the Reds, still the same lineup.
We'll see if that maybe changes for Lane United in the next 15 minutes. Something's got to if they're going to find the back of the net today. Whether it's the change in personnel or just the way that they're playing together.
Yeah, and we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcasting, these 2 teams are playing in 48 hours. So it's time to see new players, time to see new things, time to reserve some legs from Saturday game as well. And for the referees, time to talk.
He's done a bit of that today.
Yeah, I don't know why, because the game is super, super calm, much more calm than I expected.
Oh, however might a goal change that, though?
It will.
For now, just taken very short, very quickly by Portland. Now they'll play it into the box. Couple of options there. Dotson, though, putting his foot through it. Michel heads that down, but only as far as Mireas. Mireas now long ball for Moon. Moon goes past the man.
Now the next one, Nick.
Past another, took himself down though. And then Reedstrand going to be called for the foul. And getting a piece of Reedstrand after it was Mickelson there.
So Civice is not anymore in the game. Not good decisions in the first half. I don't know if that was part of the equation for the coach. Is Michel on that position. Magaña is in and is not anymore in the game. Just Nunkester, neither Ochoa. Those are the 3 players by Portland that were substituted by Coach Luis.
Akeem Ward's throw in here very quickly to Binder. Now Dotson forward and not good enough from Dotson trying to find Macion there.
And there he goes. And
Reedstrand will get the yellow card.
no, the talk. Oh, the yellow as well.
I think he knew it as soon as he heard the whistle go. You saw him kind of throw his hands up, not arguing with the call, just one of those disappointed in himself for a moment. It's a legitimate yellow card challenge.
So we have Matthias Binder and Joel Reistrand with yellow card. And I think that's going to take a role in the decision by Coach Gallas to take in about 15-20 minutes who is going to be sub out. And I would say that would be smart as well, because it's not a cheapy game, but Reds are getting a little bit desperate because they don't get the ball. And actually, those two players are probably the ones feeling it more frustrated because of that. We'll see how this goes. Not a good cross by Dalmolin, which is a French player.
Was right to Hakeem Ward, and his clearance will just go to the back for Portland. Naomi Reyes for Dotson. Dotson and De Vera, and had Mikkelsen close on him quickly for a throw in, and we've got an extra ball on the field. Bender back to Legros and back to Mireas. Bender and Michel was there, and Reedstrand went down a little easy for the referee's liking. Now Michel pulled down from behind.
And he is going
Was
to
that
be
Bender?
sent off. Matthias Binder is going to be sent off.
That's their first yellow card because it's penalty kicks he did from the
I mean, if it's Matthias, he's sent off. It's another player that won't carded. It's not.
Oh, I think that's fortunate for Lane United. That certainly looked from up here like it was Matthias Binder's foul.
Oh my goodness.
And we march on, 11 v 11.
That's why. Okay, let's keep with the play. Let's talk soccer. That was another proof, second, of Benji Michel, of his power, his strength, and the damage he can do on opposite defense.
Well, right from the edge of the box.
I think he's gonna go low.
Indeed he does,
yep.
And cleared away.
Gio Magaña has a taste for the game, so that's the kind of things that those players do in those situations. And there it goes, Benji Michel.
The ball just seems to find certain players, doesn't it? Michel again.
There he
Gets
goes.
past Hakeem Ward. That's not easy to do. And then Legros.
So for the post game, no, because it's not our role. But for the talk after the game, we can talk about that play, right?
Dotson onto that one. Back to Binder, and life being made very difficult for Lang United inside their own half. Matthias Binder, persistent, now plays it long. Macchione there, but it's just going to go as far as Zool. Middle of the park now for Portland. Mikkelsen to Michel. Michel faces up the back line, lays in a great ball. Not quite good enough, but Portland does chase it down and keep the attack alive. Now they play it all the way back.
One thing that happened in the weekend in Canada for Timbers is that they produce much more than they get. So it's a team that had difficulties to convert into goals their dominance. So that might be a positive sign for Lane United, and it's part of the game. You have to be clinical and you have to be ruthless, and Timbers usually or sometimes they don't do that. So Again, that's also part of the game. Let's see if Reds capitalize without being the dominant team, which might happen.
Well, they get a chance to spell of possession now.
Yep.
Nick Moon for Chubb for Tall. And Mireas.
It's too slow. It's too slow. It's like Reds are still thinking about what to do with the ball when they get it. They need the spark.
And in the other direction.
And there is the spark.
Here's Michel. Michel.
Oof.
Hakeem Ward.
One more.
Oh, ball. How about that?
How you doing?
You doing all right there? Here's the Nick Moon.
I am enjoying Benji Michel. I have no idea what happened in that play.
Mireas, edge of the box, keeping it as Mireas.
But you said in the first half, Timbers knocking aggressively to the door. How would you describe now?
They've got the battering ram out now.
Help me, I have no words. And I am not looking to, oh, okay, there is Coach Luis not happy, of course. I'm sure he's gonna have a lot of talk. I won't ask him about that, about those plays, because no, honestly, that's not really interesting to me. But hopefully he can keep it and talk about other stuff. But those plays are just gonna be in his head for a little bit of time.
Dotson pressuring De Vera in the box,
But in soccer terms, coming back to soccer terms, this is what Benji Michel does for Timbers, which is new. They can play into space and he's gonna produce something. Same thing Jordan Jones will do for Lane United up to this moment in the season. So now Timbers really have two ways to damage you. And that's why this team is going to be a contender for being top 2 in the league, regardless of the third position they get right now. And to be honest, this is good for the ones coming to this venue today. The more better players we see, the better for everyone.
Indeed.
Now it's time for
Reds.
Lane United to show what they have as well.
Attack, and well, that wasn't what they wanted to show.
No.
Long ball from Binder there, and
We were
Not near anyone
talking
in
about
particular.
desperation, and I think there is a lot of that in Lane United, especially in the midfield.
And Reedstrand got in front of that one, goes off of him for a throw-in. Pressure on the back line there from Lane United, but Portland was equal to it. Close to the 60th minute here. We're usually
We
about
will have a stoppage
substitution
time.
clock.
We'll have a stoppage time after these calls. Hey, look, Benji against Hakeem.
And Hakeem again. Those tackles have been great. Michelson switches the play. There's a big collision and goes Portland's way, 59th minute.
What I will say is that I will not like this referee as the referee for my games. He's also stopping the game too much when the game just has a certain reading. He has talked too much with players without too much of a reason to me.
Reyes,
And
a
so,
little unorthodox there, but calm in the end.
absolutely, very calm. Yeah.
And that's not a, calmness is not a trait that always comes easy to goalkeepers, but it's an important one.
I want to say also something about number 39, Mikaelson. Like, the way you judge players sometimes it's funny, but he covers so much space. He's productive all over. He's a force in the pressure system for the team, and he's a very interesting player. A player that you want to have in your team. It does so much work for the teammates.
Yeah, we've seen him centrally tonight. We've seen him on both wings.
We've seen relentless now. Look where he is. He's an interesting player. And some would say, oh, he's not super clean with his passes. Well, the game is much more than that. So that's why it's good to talk about those players as well.
Great hair, too. Has to be said. Hakeem Ward with Michelson on him. Reedstrand up now for Hassani Dotson. Dotson's got Binder, but too far in front of him.
I want to see Brandon Zambrano, and Zambrano is coming into the game. Perfect timing. Lane United need pace and players on the flank. Zambrano is not going to change the game by himself, but naturally he's going to get into the space where Lane United need to be right now. It's like Dodson is not a wing player. Binder is not a wing player. They are a little bit out of their comfort zone, and they are not getting anything from there. So I think Zambrano is going to have an impact. Now, he's not going to change the game by himself, but he's going to be something new and needed, and I am happy to see that he's about to get into the game. As for the sub out, I will say Matias, because he's been on the report
today.
And yeah, it's time for him to go to the bench, probably.
Tavera for the Timbers. For Michel. Ward there. Macchione lost it though. And now quick give and goes from the Timbers.
Ooh,
now
too
they
much
get a
space,
chance
too
for
much
an attack.
space.
Good dribble, and Mireles diving in. Knocks that one away, and it'll go all the way into touch for a throw in. Everybody gets to reset.
So
and I think we're going to see Zambrano here.
Yep. And we got
Dotson, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm a little, yeah, okay. It's man for man, same position.
So 63rd minute.
Entering the field, number 19, Brandon Gonzalo.
He's gonna sit in front of Hakeem Ward to fight that super highly skilled pace couple formed by Nico De Vera and Benji Michel.
Throw in an advanced position for the Timbers.
And I think,
Amaracino moving into the box before Hakeem Ward got there and just clears it. It's going to go all the way to the back for Portland. 64th minute, no score. Reds currently 10 points from 8 games, Timbers 13. So important games
what
for
a
Michel.
pass! What a pass!
And
Beautiful pass by Gio Magaña. Look at that player, boys. It's just a small player, quick player, savvy player. You don't have to be big, strong to play soccer and being a force.
Mireles for Reedstrand.
And it's Oregonian as well.
And De Vera will just knock that one all the way back to Jordan Farr. Some zip on that from Nico De Vera back to his goalkeeper. Got to be on the same page. Long ball for De Vera. Can he keep it in? No, sir.
The attendance for tonight's game is 384. Thank you to all of our late night fans for your continued support.
And now it's been there, and Matt Coffey comes into the game. So It was in the at the end of the half that we mentioned these two names, Matt Coffey and Brandon Zambrano, as the two players that could bring something just naturally. Matt Coffey got 1v1 ability. He got a sense for the game. I think these two subs were needed. Now it's time for Reds to do something with it.
Chance for John Gallus to turn up the volume here. Zambrano connecting with Coffey
And
right
this is
away.
good. Finish, Matt.
Here's Coffey still.
Okay.
And now he'll slow up and he'll play it back for Reed. Strand tried to, taken away. And as soon as they start to do something productive, the Reds give it away.
Another thing we have seen, but this happened a lot with Timbers, is change of position between the wingers. Now we have a Morosino here. And Benji Michel is going to give headaches now to Casey Chaffertal over there with Nate Schultz. Let's see. There he is.
And there is Michel trying the give and go. May still fall for a green shirt, and now Mireas got a head to it, but nobody in particular there, and Portland again in possession, 66th minute. De Vera with loads of space for Amorosino. Now back Nico De Vera. All the way back for Portland. Been in possession a lot tonight. The Timbers, now Nicholson on the far side. Nick Moon coming all the way back, helping cut Chumpertall. And only one outfield player is beyond the midfield stripe, and now everybody is in the Reds' half, and nearly fell there for Amorosino, but just a couple of feet wide.
So far this season, it's just the third game at home, but Timbers is by far the best team we have seen, and it keeps getting better. This team is going to be a force. They play good. They are starting to know each other better. And they are just a good team. I hope people is also able to appreciate the opposite team. And just, last season we see something similar when Lane United played Calgary Foothills. I was so impressed. They went all the way. They were so close to win the PDL. Of course, we want Lane United to be in that position, and it might happen still. But at the same time, you have to appreciate what the opposite team is doing, which is also neutralizing what your favorite team is not able to do yet. So Timbers is just a good team, a great team in the making. And we are going to see more of that. So we are very happy to have 4 games against this team.
It's the end of the day for Michelson, who will take the long walk all the way around.
And it's Baez, number 32, sorry. It's a Latino heritage, and I think it's Baez.
Yeah, Reed Baez,
Yep.
32.
And if I am not wrong, it's from Salem.
You studied up, sir, indeed. Salem, Oregon.
Well, the thing is
University of
that
Portland.
we have a coming tournament at Salem, and his father is coaching some of the teams over there. So I got more info from that. But yeah, as we were mentioning, lots of players from Oregon or from the West Coast for the Timbers.
Yeah, a ton. When you look down this Portland Timbers roster, a lot of Portland names, Oregon State names, other Northwest teams. It's a good group.
Yeah, it's great because the supporters can follow the players easily also during the NCAA season or NAIA season. Only gets better, you get more familiar, you get more attached to them, to the team as well. It's good.
Maricino. Knocked forward and Stadler got in the way of it. Corner coming.
Grab your ticket. See if your number matches the winning number. The winning number is 68301.
And now, with Gio in there, it might be a short one. Let's see. Akeem is defending. No, they are going to go for the cross.
Ball into the box and headed away. Still the Timbers ball, this time a throw-in, a little bit up the pitch. Spur thought about the throw-in, instead he'll let Devera take it. And a foul against Zambrano there. Very quickly restarted by the Timbers, and LeGros got a foot to that and was able to deflect it off of the Timbers, in fact.
Okay, I was saying something against the ref because he was stopping the game. I will now do the opposite. He allowed the other team to restart quickly, which I think is always good. So good job, ref.
Michel tried to get that one by Stadler, wasn't going to happen. And now Matt Coffey on the ball. Coffey back for LeGros. LeGros to Akeem Ward. Ward with Mireles now to Zambrano, but off a Timber body. Now Mireles takes it right back. He's run into and he's fouled.
Quickly. Reds should restart quickly and playing on the left. See, Joel does it.
Piedstrand thought about playing long, instead just finds Matt Coffey right at the center of the pitch. 72nd minute.
And again, more important than it might look is that Timbers, they got the win. Let's see if Reds produce something now. Yes, it's good.
Now.
It's good.
Piedstrand, Mireles. Wide for Stadler. The back and Piedstrand, Coffey. Or excuse me, that was Chubb Fertal and Matt Coffey. Now Nick Moon. Moon for Zambrano, right back to Nick Moon, and now Akeem Ward wide up the pitch. Edge of the box is Akeem Ward. Shot through and
Deflection. It's
on the
corner
deflection.
kick.
It's the second of the match for the Reds. Doesn't feel like it's any more than that.
This is a great chance, of course.
Right in front of the Red Aces. The south end coming to life.
Traditionally, the Reds have done the short corner often, but the way the game has gone today, I think he's gonna take it into the box. It's moving. The ball is moving.
It is played into the box by Mireles. And comes back for the Reds. This time a goal kick.
So the point I want to do is that I think something is now going into the head of not only Luis, but also the players of Timbers. The last weekend, they completely dominated, even much more than today against Highlanders, but they only got the win in the minute 87 or something. They produce a lot, but they don't capitalize as much as they produce. So they have an issue, and now they are playing another game, and they are facing the same issue. So this might be a good moment actually for Reds, trying to get something from that kind of insecurity or challenge that Timbers struggle to overcome.
Zambrano got a foot to that one to try and center it back, but well out of play.
And I still hope that Zambrano get a couple of balls with some advantage, and he has the ability to go 1v1 against anybody on the field. So hopefully Matt Coffey or Joel or Miralles, they get the ball more to Zambrano and then Akeem, and we got something going on the field for the Reds.
Coffey drawing the foul there, and takes his time getting up. I think he's just fine.
Another discussion about who is taking the free kick.
This one looks a lot more like a ball that'll be played into the box than anything
This
else.
is super dangerous. If Miralles touches well, this is so difficult for the goalie. So difficult. Unfortunately, the ref is going to talk with the players, and we are going to make an argument of a nice moment to watch. Let's go.
All right, now they're ready for play.
I hope so.
The ball in. Headed! And out by
What a
Man
jump.
United there.
What a jump by Casey Tufferton.
7 tall climbing the ladder.
Wow.
Another substitution coming into the Maquion leaving, and is that Isma?
He ran.
Substitution for Lady United, exiting the field, Anthony Macchione.
And it is indeed Isma Fernandez.
Number 7, Isma Fernandez.
And De Vera now with a chance. Keem Ward a little behind him, and clearance deflected for a corner.
Yeah, Isma is going to take the left flank, and so now Nick Moon is going to be central. In the last 15 minutes, we might get one of those runs by Nick Moon and maybe produce something out of nothing, like he's able to do.
Well, there's less than a quarter of an hour left in regular time, and then who knows what we'll have after 90 minutes. Ball in from the corner. Still dangerous in the box. Reedstrand had to play that out wide, and Zambrano rather cannot chase it down. So tap, 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 tap on the door again. Go the Timbers. More than the tap for much of the night. De Vera's throw in for Michel.
Two teammates, Michel with, oh no, it was Reistrand. I love this. Yes, Matt, go.
Coffey creating some transition for the Reds there, but now they've got to play it back and given away. Throw in coming, De Vera played it off of Matt Coffey. On the restart, Matt Coffey chasing that ball. Coffey's still chasing it, and
Look
he's
at this.
Gonna run all the way back towards far. He's making a difference.
Nice touch.
Headed out of play, towards out of play, but Ward chases it down. LeGros to Stadler with the armband today for the Reds.
I like the way the game is now. I like the way the game is now for the Reds, because Timbers have started to throw some long balls. I don't think that is going to benefit them, and Reds have more space and some players with fresh legs, so I like it more.
Fernandez and Nick Moon combining there and then taken away by Portland. Deflected out in front of the Timber bench. '79th minute, no score. These teams have both scored 13 times in league play this year.
Again, making the same mistake too soon, trying to make the definite pass. So this is a good moment for the Reds. Just when everyone is a little bit tired, you cannot get so close to the player you are defending. And if Reds put 2 passes in the final third, they are going to be right in front of the goalie. So it's really open right now for both teams, which I don't think was the same in previous minutes, which it was only Timbers. Yes,
Taken
this is
back
good.
by Mireas.
Keep going, buddy. Yep.
Play on, says the referee. Timber in a heap at midfield.
Miralles touched Dalmolin, I'm sure. But
Throw in for the Reds, and meanwhile we'll see what's going on with Dalmolin.
but
Looks
he
like some-
exaggerated probably the contact.
Willie Spur looks to be heading for the exits for Portland, along with gotta be somebody else. Saw two bodies waiting to come in for the Timbers.
And another Salem or another Oregon State player. I don't know if he's from Salem or not. Segovia?
Well, I'll take your word for it. I've got no 44 on my roster,
Okay, I'm sorry.
but that's certainly a 44 on his shirt. So
I think it's Segovia. I'm almost sure it's Segovia.
So it is Alex
Yeah,
Segovia,
yeah,
just
yeah.
listed with a different jersey number, as happens. Not our first time seeing that in the PDO. Into the last 10 minutes. One moment could change this game real fast. Tavera tried to get the shot through and took some kind of a deflection, made it a little easier for Mireas to hop on top of it. And now taking his time, Simon Mireas. Isma Fernandez for Brendan Zambrano.
Okay, 1 versus 2, Brandon. Now you have the
Zambrano
help of Akeem. Yep.
With Akeem Ward. Ward for Coffee, but offside. Just a step.
Thank you for your continued support.
Here come the Timbers again, starting at the back line. And taking their sweet time with it. Long ball, trying to find Michel over the top. Still trying to get it to Michel. Now Coffee not on the same page there. As
Now the
Zambrano
game,
and Moon.
yeah, it's a game of desperate passes that want to be the last pass before really getting the basic of the play. It's easy to defend. So it's really a mental thing now. Can you have the patience, again, same mistake there. Can anyone have the patience of putting a couple of passes together and a couple of good movements to create a chance? Or are we destined to a tie 0-0?
Into the box, and nearly a moment of danger for Lane. Now in the counter, it's Portland. Stadler intercepts. But taken away now. The Timbers with the interception of their own, building on the far side wing. Michel to the back line. Still pressing are the Timbers. And now they go wide and can't catch up to it. Team Ward will be steered a couple of steps back before he takes the throw in. Finds Coffee, Zambrano back to Coffee. And the Timbers still threatening into the box. Back out of it. And on the near side, De Vera. Playing it forward, and Keem Ward is able to knock that off of Segovia.
I like it. I like number 53 trying to argue, trying just show how much he is into the game, and actually he played a great game. So and he's the captain, so you have to do those things.
Part of the captain's role for sure.
And you feel entitled to do that when you are really playing a good game, and it's fine. Now, if he continues doing that, he's gonna damage his own team because he's gonna get yellow carded. But I like that intensity in trying to argue for what you think you deserve. It's good.
Now 86th minute. Timbers looking for what would be a heartbreaker for Lane United.
Oh,
Good combination.
Oh.
To Michel!
Wow!
And he scores, and it's 1-0.
Beautiful, precioso, sensational.
Where Michel put that ball, there was absolutely nothing.
Wow, that's just, again, this is this is beautiful. Gio Magaña's stats, Oregonian player. I want our boys here in Eugene to look those players. They are not that far away from him. He's 5'5". He's a product of Mount Hood High School. And that was a sensational play. Finished by Benji Michel, but just an overall great play. Timbers this year is a great team in PDL. This is just not because Lane is playing badly, or it's just that the other team is playing great. Let's go, Brandon.
Here's Brendan Zambrano. Now we've got a little bit of life. Not Coffee.
Oh, yes.
Coffee alive into the box, and
he's got these
Star
5
gobbles
plus
it up.
stoppage time minutes. Yeah, it's gonna be nice this last minute. Wow, what a goal!
can't say it wasn't deserved on the scale of the 88
And when you
minutes
receive
we've
a
had
goal,
so far.
if you are beat by a goal like that, it's like, okay, you, how is said in English? Te quitas el sombrero. You tip up your head and keep playing. It's like when it's committed by a no mistake, it's not a good feeling, but that's a good goal. And it's still time for the Reds. Let's put 3 minutes plus 3 or 4 stoppage time. We have at least 7 minutes.
But here's Portland now smelling blood.
There is Gio Magaña. Let's go, Akim. Let's go, Zambrano. Let's play soccer. Let's go, Nick.
Nick Moon
Let's go, Matt.
had his arm grab there, and referee says advantage. But now he will call
that's
it
good
back.
call.
Never truly developed into an advantage for Lane United there.
We haven't seen Joel Reister magic touch yet, so this is the moment. The Sweden kid. Swedish, thank you. Swedish kid. He's a talent. Let's see if he puts a sweet ball and someone is able to put it in the net. Come on, ref.
Tick tock, tick tock. Now the whistle. Now the ball in.
Sweet ball.
Great ball. And boy, if it was going to happen, it certainly seemed like that was going to be it for Lane United.
More of a talk. Now it's a corner. It's a corner kick.
Overruled.
We have talks and then we have decisions. So, hey, Simo Miralles is going. Minute 89 and Simo is already going. John says, okay, let's do it.
All right, why not?
Akim
Hey.
says, what should I do?
Akeem Ward is 20 yards. Now he'll move back.
Okay, this is exciting. Sure, you have to go for it. If you don't take risk, you don't gain anything. I love it.
Mireya trying to
That's
get
a good
free
ball.
on the back post.
Let's go, Simo.
Heads it down.
Oh, Simo stays.
Simo stays in, and another corner.
Yeah, some excitement. If you don't get it with just because of the game you have been doing, you can get it just because of the intensity you put into it. And Simo is gonna stay in the box.
Isma Fernandez will take the corner.
Let's go. Let's go, Isaac.
Into stoppage time.
This is looking good.
Is there magic?
Yep.
Good ball. Headed down, and
It was a good ball.
that one's going to be a goal kick, and Mireya has a long run.
He hasn't run so far. So he's ready.
He's got plenty of running in him.
That was a great ball by Isma Fernandez. I don't think Mitch actually saw the ball coming. Probably he got a couple of bodies in front of him and he didn't get a great touch with his head. But we still have more
Long
time.
ball for Isma.
That's a challenge.
Isma in pursuit. He'll get there and throw in. Mireya making his way up the field again.
Yeah, and now we have Casey Chaffertal and Simo is going again. Casey is gonna convert this into a corner kick and Simo keeps running. You know what I said, right? 2 corner kicks, no, 3 is like a goal. This is the second one.
Edge of the box, and it's going to be another throw in that might as well be a corner.
This is like the
Reds are
third
gonna
one.
Take it quickly.
This is the moment to convert.
Ball in.
Cool. Oof.
Can Reedstrand get there? He does. Knocks it back, headed away by the Timbers, and another throw.
Simo stays. And Casey Chaffertal is gonna make it a corner kick again.
A long throw specialist, Chubb for tall.
And
Time running out, but another chance into the box. Great throw, knocked down, and
another one.
it's another corner. The Reds have turned it up to 11. There may not be enough time left.
This is a drama, and I don't want to call the goal before it comes, but
Ball in, another good ball. Headed. Reedstrand hits it first time, and
oh yes, he's still in.
still alive. Now knocked down. Ward's going to have to get there quickly. There's nobody in goal, and he knocks it behind himself. Mireya knocks it forward. And Mireya's nearly found his brother. Wouldn't have that been something?
Were we telling that Miralles is a field player, right?
And punted away. Only as far as midfield. Long ball for Michel. Is he onside? He is. This could be the dagger. Woo! Great save, Mireya. So he'll pick it up and
Iñaki goes.
move! That made it worth it. Mireya will now go up the pitch again. Zambrano wide ball. Can the Reds keep it alive through Fernandez? They do.
Simo is gonna.
Mireya wants this goal. You can't blame him. Zambrano keeping it alive.
Beautiful.
Into the box. Mireya went for the header and it went past him, but Fernandez can win it and now knocked away, and that's the final whistle. We had more action in that last 5 minutes than we did the first 85. And it turns out to be a super entertaining end. After 90 minutes, you have to say a well-deserved win for the Timber U23s. But how about Simo Morales' effort
I love
in the
it.
last,
I
the
love
last
it.
5 minutes?
Probably
And that's-
has driven crazy the coach sometime, but I love it considering the way the game was. Everything was too slow, too calm. Lane didn't do it with through through their game plan, etc. So you have to find other ways to produce something. And he got us excited, and they were on the box. So that's good. So I'm gonna try to go to get some protagonists before they move or they go away. So and I keep you now with the boys, Isaac, and yeah, see you soon.
Well, we'll let Iñaki make his way down to the field. Again, these teams are going to do this again in Salem on Saturday. And should be another great one. The one goal, if you missed it, from Michel. Benji Michel making his first appearance of the year for the Timbers. And a great touch from Mazania is what set it up for him. That's the first Reds defeat here at the Willamette Center of the season. First time that they've been held scoreless here as well. Iñaki's looking for someone. So with that win, that's the 16th point of the year for Portland. It could jump them into second place, depending on what the Sounders are up to. In fact, on goal difference, they should have been in second place. I'm not sure why they're listed as third. Also on 13 points with a +4 to the Sounders +2. And Iñaki's still working on finding someone. You're still around, just give us a few more moments. We'll have Iñaki Gonzalo try and wrangle a couple folks. Looks like he may be pulling Brandon Zambrano over. And we'll throw it down now to Iñaki.
How are you, Gio?
I'm good. I'm awesome. Yeah.
Your impressions about this game and your personal performance in the second half?
The team came together the second half. It was much better. We got a lot of the ball, and my personal performance, I thought it was decent. It led to the goal, and I'm happy about it.
Do you agree with me that the team is going into a right direction, that you keep progressing? What is working well for your Timbers U23 team so far?
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, each and every game, it's better and better. I think, we're just getting along off the field, and it's helping on the field. So I think that's a big key to our performances.
Okay, as an Oregonian player, I am very happy to see what you are able to produce and to do. What can you say about the magical combination you guys had in the goal you produced?
I mean, all three of us played together in the same university, so we kind of had an understanding in that one. So, but it's a great feeling to get away win. So, really happy about it.
Okay, you know that the Reds are gonna be with more energy for Saturday game, right?
Yeah, for sure. They're going to come after it, so we just got to be on our toes for the next game.
Okay, see you on Saturday.
Sounds good, yeah. Gracias.
All right, for Iñaki, and we'll see if he can grab somebody else. Now we do have Brandon Zambrano back down to the field.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, bien.
How are you?
After this, not well.
Yeah. What are your impressions about the whole game?
I feel like for 75 minutes we were just defending. We didn't have that much offense, and so we just have to work on final third stuff.
Yeah, any kind of sign that you can carry over, positive sign that you can carry over for Saturday, or do you just have to reset something and then find out something?
Yeah, we have to reset and just reunite, come back together, and then think of a better strategy for a game on Saturday.
Okay, yeah, I know it's a hard moment to talk, so I'm sure you are gonna do it. We will be there on Saturday. Okay, go for it, Brandon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was Brandon Zambrano with Iñaki Gonzalo, and I think we're trying to track down one more player, maybe John Gallus now, before we wrap it up for the night. Could kind of hear the frustration in Zambrano's voice there. Tough way to lose a game. Sit and defend and get away with it for 75 minutes, and then you give up the one goal. And it's like Iñaki and I were saying, one goal can change a game. It really changed the entire tempo of this one. The last 5 minutes were as action-packed as we've seen, and speaking of that last 5 minutes, I think we're going to get one of the focal points of it here in Simón Mireas.
Hola. Well, thanks, because you know it's not the best moment after a game like this. But what are your overall impressions about the game first?
Well, I think Portland did a good game. They knew how to play to us. I believe they had a good plan. I think we played very, very well. I think they probably had a little bit more of possession, but we didn't have at any point the feeling that they were going to find that goal. Mm-hmm. I think that most of all toward the end of the game, we could take more the ball, you know, and I had the feeling we were the team that was looking for it at the end of the game. But, you know, this is soccer, and sometimes the thing happen and change everything, and we just try to find the equalizer at the end, but we couldn't.
Personally, you were taking quite a risk in the last place of the game, right? That at least got the whole crowd into it, and as you mentioned, you were close. It was just your own decision in that moment.
Yeah, well, I think that when it happens, you know, it's 4 minutes left. I don't want to get that credit. I think there's not that much risk. You have everything lost, and you just try to go to find something. Mm-hmm. I thought that the team maybe needed that. You know, this was an important game for us, mm-hmm. and I think that was the moment to do it. But unfortunately, it didn't help a lot. So, yeah. Fortunately.
In less than 2 days, you are playing against them again. What do you think is going to be needed from the point of view of Lane United to probably have a better overall game and trying to win there?
Mm-hmm. I think we maybe are playing well back in our half. I think we just need to be a little bit more decided at their goal, at their area, at their end. Try more the goalkeeper. I think we have to go there with fresh mind. I think we're doing a good job. I think we're working. Sometimes soccer, the results don't come. I think we did a good job back in Canada, getting 2 points against the first team of the league, and unfortunately we couldn't win. And today it's again disappointing, but this is soccer. This is the sports we play, and we just have to keep trusting ourselves. If we don't have to lose the trust.
Sure, yeah. Fresh mind is definitely gonna be a big point on that. So we'll see you probably on Saturday, and good job yourself in some of those saves, and hopefully the team gets better result, right?
Well, yeah, when you play half decent game but the team doesn't win, you don't have that feeling, you know. So, but this is soccer. Someone has to focus. We have to focus everyone in try to keep working and have a good 2 trainings and go there like a revenge and give everything because we need the 3 points now.
Okay. Gracias.
Thank you. Gracias a vosotros. Have a good one.
Yeah. So with those words by the latest protagonist, Simón Mireas, we go now with Isaac, and thank you to everyone for watching.
All right. Well, thanks again, Iñaki, and we're just going to wrap up here one more time. We talked about it in the first half. Portland really applying the pressure, dominant in possession, and Lane United was able to get away with it for 75 or so minutes before Benji Michel made it 1-0 Portland on a great goal, great combination play, and a fantastic finish. And at the end of the night, despite an action-packed last 5 minutes for the Reds, that's all she wrote. We will do this again. We won't be there, but these teams will be there again in Salem on Saturday, and they'll play once more. And then 5 of the last 6 league games for Lane United and 1 more friendly at home, too. So plenty of other chances if you live in the area to come out and see the Reds. If not, we hope we see you on the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.